you can't police people for being anti-Israel or pro-Israel. You can police people for violating the law. And we have seen some of that with some of these protests.
Okay, so you agree that people who break in and vandalize a building should be prosecuted?
Exactly.
Okay, I'm just checking because you did help raise money for people who did so on January 6th, which was, impeding an official proceeding, breaking into a building that they weren't allowed to be in, and vandalizing the Capitol.
Gotcha, bitch!
For midterms, and that's something that they're not doing.
Barack Obama can't get Trump's name out of his mouth. Everywhere he goes is Trump, Trump, Trump. What's wrong with Barack?
Well, guess what? The same thing is wrong with Trump. They keep talking about Barack Obama. They talked about Barack, or how you've been talking about him the last 30 minutes, or all of the Republicans. Just to be honest with you, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, Jesse. One minute you say Barack Obama's too classy, and the next minute y'all say Representative Crockett is too over the top. So which one do you want? Should they meet you where you are, meet you where you're at, which I agree with. You want to get ugly? Let's get ugly. You want to be polite? Let's go Barack Obama. To be honest with you, I agree. The 2008 and 2012 strategies don't work anymore. You need to fight fire with fire. And it appears that Representative Jasmine Crockett, who I know you folks love talking about her, she seems to be meeting Trump right where he's at with the same type of rhetoric.
Okay, let's be clear right now. I have no illusions of grandeur. And the truth of the matter is all politicians stretch the truth, fabricate, lie, all of it. They do. I believe that many of them start off very altruistic and somehow it changes. I believe it on both sides. But as for me, I believe there's some hypocrisy and double standard that's just a little bit more egregious than others. Plain in your face like you gonna believe me or your lying eyes? I didn't say that. Was you there when I said it? Will you misinterpret what I meant? And just for the record, I can't stand none of them. And see, that's why I can't run for office, because see, I'm violent. I know that's not something to be proud of, but see, I realize I have anger issues. And I punch somebody in the face. I punch somebody in the face. Yeah. But when I see people like Jesse Waters, who was just like, when all the stuff was going on with federal employees and, get them out of there. They're taking all our taxpayer money and blah, blah, until it affected one of his friends. And then he was like, he's a veteran. I think there should be different rules for veterans. Despite the fact that many of them were veterans before, but because it touched him, so I can't stand him. And that J.D. Vance, Caitlyn, she just kind of reeled him in. See, that's kind of like what your parents do when they start, asking you these questions or and you're like, yeah. And they say, oh, well, what about this? And then are you looking there like a damn fool? Oh, that don't apply to me. That only apply to you.